Let's talk about this NBA and this All-Stars team.
Yeah.
I think the All-Stars is probably the most important thing to talk about in the NBA at the moment because they've just announced the list for starters. Do you want to run through it?
So the starters were named maybe 3 or 4 days ago and the reserves only named yesterday.
Yep.
In the East, both these teams, unbelievable.
Oh, stacked.
So in the East, Bradley Beal, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, the Greek Freak, and Joel Embiid. Up against the West, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, LeBron James.
Some guy called LeBron James.
Kawhi Leonard and Nikola Jokic. Let's just look at those starters. How do you think they compare? Is there a clear favourite?
I'd pick West.
You like the West? Well, I think...
yes. I like the West. Yeah. LeBron, Curry, and Leonard. And then I got Jokic at centre. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty fucking good.
Let's try and break down each one. You take Steph over Bradley Beal. No disrespect to Bradley Beal. He's been unreal. He might be the highest average point scorer in the league to date.
Yeah, but Steph Curry, I think...
I'm probably taking Luka over Kyrie.
Yeah.
This is tough, but I'm probably taking LeBron over...
You got to take LeBron.
over KD. And then let's call the Greek Freak and Kawhi a scratch, and let's call Joel and Jokic a scratch. I think the starters, maybe the West, just have that edge. And I think as well, if you look at the records, I think that the West teams are faring a lot better than the East teams, as has been the case over the last few years. Let's get into the reserves, and there's a few debutants to note. Jaylen Brown of the Celtics getting his first All-Star gig. James Harden, pretty handy guy to have coming off the bench. Zach LaVine, also his first time, as well as Julius Randle from the Knicks. So congrats to them. Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Vucevic coming off the bench there in the East. And then, again, comparing to the West, no disrespect against those guys, but there's some stellar names here. Anthony Davis, we'll get to in a second. Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, Donovan Spider-Mitchell, CP3, and Zion Williamson getting his first gig. I think, for mine, I like the West, just that touch more depth there than the East. So LeBron is third all time now in NBA All-Star appearances. That surprised me with 17. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 19. So he had a 20-year career. He missed the All-Star game once in 1973.
So this is LeBron's 18th year, isn't it? So did he miss one somewhere?
I believe, he might have missed one.
Wow.
And then Kobe Bryant is second on that list with 18. The way LeBron's going, you'd say he at least equals Kobe.
If he keeps playing, yeah.
And probably equals Kareem, if not goes past Kareem.
Yep.
Were there any snubs?
Big time.
Trae Young, a few guys came out. I think LeBron tweeted about... LeBron tweeted about Devin Booker, but a lot of guys did tweet about Trae.
Yep.
At the Hawks, he's averaging 27, 4 and 10 assists a game. So really a stellar point guard. You'd say, I suppose the argument is, who would you have him ahead of?
Yeah.
Perhaps Jaylen Brown, perhaps Jason Tatum. One to consider there. And then I think it was Kendrick Perkins that was tweeting saying about the disrespect to Domantas Sabonis, the big Lithuanian. He's averaging 22, 12 boards and 6 assists. He's playing 36 minutes a game, which is pretty unreal for a big man. Again, who do you have him ahead of? Maybe Vucevic? Yeah, possibly there. In the West, we did have Devin Booker down here as a snub. LeBron tweeted saying he's the most disrespected man in the league. He's averaging 25 points a game, 4 boards, 4 dimes. They're pretty much identical numbers to Donovan Mitchell and much better numbers than his son's teammate CP3. Comes out that he's in and Anthony Davis is out. Was that an injury thing? Did you catch that?
Yeah, and Macca mentioned it last week. Anthony Davis is managing his Achilles at the moment.
Okay, yep.
I'd say maybe that's part of that. He's looking for a bit of rest. So, of course, Davis out and then they slot Booker straight in. So, correcting...
unusual as well.
Yeah, correcting the snub a little bit.
Big man out and guard goes in. But congratulations to Devin Booker. And Ja Morant... He tweeted himself saying, I think his tweet was damn. His numbers, to be honest, he's a great player and he definitely will be a future All-Star. Obviously, the Rookie of the Year last year, only in his second year this year. He's averaging 19, 3 and 8 dimes. Those numbers probably just need to come up a touch and he'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the Jazz.
Let's talk about some of the games that have just happened
on an unreal run. So the Clippers did break their 9-game winning streak, but since then they've bounced back with wins against Charlotte and they smoked the Lakers today. We keep speaking about this run that the Jazz are going on since January 7. They started off the season about 500. Since then, they're 22-2. So pretty phenomenal. And if they, a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, they've just had favourable matchups and this and that. And Ravi Ashwin's just got Ollie Pope there. So England's they're 6 for 66. This game is actually going to be over tonight. You'd think 2-day test match.
That's fucked,
isn't it? Sorry. A lot of people were saying, the Lakers and Clippers will be way better than the Jazz. It will be interesting come playoff time. Obviously, it's still early days to see what happens there. But yeah, the Jazz are going out and smoking teams like the Lakers, obviously without AD. But yeah, they're definitely going to be in that top 3 in the West already and on an unbelievable run.
Yeah, they're going to be playing playoffs, definitely.
Oh, without a doubt. And yeah, I think lock them as a top 3 side in the West.
We've been talking about their team ball and the way they've been playing.
Yeah, that's right. They probably don't like their biggest names are probably Gobert and Spider Mitchell, but guys like Joe Ingles and Jeremy Clarkson and the rest contribute and yeah, it's really nice to see a team with no real one superstar playing some really good ball. Speaking of streaks, Cavaliers. I had an eye on it last week. I didn't think it was worthy of a mention. They broke a 10-game losing streak today against the Rockets. They've fallen to 14th in the East. They're 12-21. We're talking about putting a line through the Pistons. We're talking about putting a line through the Timberwolves last week.
Scratch him.
I think we can scratch the Cavs. It's pretty hard to come back from that. Talking about another scratch, we said the Wizards put a line through them last week. Since then,
well, Macca, we should probably get stuck into Mackie. He was like, the Wizards are doing nothing. He was talking about removing them from the league. They're that bad,
relegating them to right.
So obviously Bill and Russell Westbrook have heard Macca and gone, fuck this bloke. And they've now won 5 straight.
It's working. It's working.
They did lose today but against the Clippers, so reasonable opposition. But yeah, 5 straight and not just any 5 teams in that. They beat the Celtics, they beat the Nuggets, they beat the Lakers in that run. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, that's 2 of the premier guards in the league.
It seems they've probably hit a bit of their form and a bit of chemistry of late, which has led to this run because they did start off very, very slowly,
horribly.
And you can see Bill was frustrated,
carrying them like big time sore.
Russell really wasn't providing, the output they wanted, but he's now back up averaging triple doubles. So he's been killing. I think he now owns the triple double record for the Wizards.
We mentioned that last week, how he was on track, and
I think also James Harden now owns the triple double record for the Nets.
It's crazy,
considering he's only just been there.
Macca, if you're listening, you'll be rolling in.
He loves his triple double stat.
It's a bloody fake stat, winning's more important. Blah blah blah. But that, I suppose they've shown that they can be a reasonable side. What's their record there, Jim? Have you got the Wizards record?
Wizards, so they're 11-18.
11-18. That's
5 straight where they were.
Yeah, you can work with that.
Yeah,
you can
from
work
6 to 18 to, actually no, they would have been 6 and 17, and they've just won 5 straight.
Yeah,
they've got 11, 17,
yeah.
and then they just lost the game today.
Yeah, we did just say put a line through the Cavs at 12 and 21, which is similar, but at least the Wizards have got those big name guys.
Yeah, they've got those 2 guys.
Yeah, it's I think the dramas with them. The dramas with them is their front court. So let's keep an eye on the Wizards and see how they go. Could they possibly scrape into the playoffs? Time will tell.
Timberwolves,
Fired their head coach this week, Ryan Saunders. He wasn't there long. I think he became the head coach last year in about May. 33 years old. Only 2 years older than us, coaching in the NBA side. That's pretty incredible. There was a little bit of a inside gig there from Daddy Flip Saunders. He was head coach in 2014, appointed Ryan as an assistant. He's very young. I'm sure he'll still...
He'll pick up a job somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. He'll have a bright future somewhere.
Timberwolves very much struggling, and I think another one of the ones Macca wanted booted from the league. But
who is he going to bring into the league?
I have no idea.
The Canberra Cannons, mate.
But of course, the Timberwolves have been struggling. They haven't had Towns for quite a while. He's back. I think
he has been back. Yeah.
I think they've won a couple of games of late since they fired their head coach. So
they've definitely won one.
Yeah.
Can we
firing your head coach is good for one win, so we know that.
They're on a 6-game losing streak at the moment.
So they're
don't ignore me then. I thought they won one right after.
What are they?
When was the last time they won?
19?
7-26.
7-26.
They're shit.
Where do these games come from? So they're 7-26. So they've played 33 games. That's about it.
So last they won was against the Raptors, 116-112.
Yeah, was that on like Monday?
No.
Or was it last week?
No, it was ages ago.
Ages ago? Okay.
Yeah, before that, they've beaten out Thunder, the Cavs, Pelicans.
Beat Pelicans.
So no one good. They haven't been anyone good this year.
No.
Yeah, they'll come last in the West, I think.
Yep. Let's go to another team that we bagged that they weren't working chemistry-wise. Have now gone on a 7-game winning streak.
We should just keep bagging teams that we go for because they always come good.
Yeah. So let's keep getting stuck in the Dragons.
They're going to suck. They're going to come hard.
Get them on the spoon. But interesting for the Nets, I thought most of these games they've won has been without KD. So Harden and Irving have taken a bit more of a role in this and leading the team around. So wonder what's going to be like when KD comes back in as a key formal part for this.
I still think they will be the best team in the East. Obviously, the 76ers, Celtics might have something to say about that. But yeah, you talk about the big threes in basketball, and you saw it with LeBron when he went to Miami. It's only 5 guys on the court. At any one time, if you've got 3 of the premier guys in the league, I think you're going to do well. Locker room, toxicity, and whatever aside. I think if the talent's there, they're going to play well. So they're currently sitting second there, Jim, aren't they?
Yep.
Behind the 76ers. Are they a game behind? Or?
Sorry. So
they beat the Sixers.
No, they're one game. Half a game behind.
Half a game behind the 76ers. Yep. So that's wide open there. And then the Bucks are third.
A third, 2 games behind.
I said Celtics before. Freudian slip obviously meant the Milwaukee Bucks. The Celtics have been pretty ordinary.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Brooklyn's a shout in the East. It's probably a 2-horse race between them and Philadelphia, maybe Milwaukee. Outside of that, I don't see like the Pacers or Hawks going that deep. No. The last point I wanted to make is, I don't know if you guys saw these. The league, like everything, is getting soft. JJ Redick had a foul called against him that he didn't quite agree with, and he literally underarmed the ball back. It was quick-ish.
Quick. How many bounces?
It was rolling by the time I got to the ref.
Okay.
It was like he maybe went in the air for 4 or 5 meters, couple bounces, and then rolled to the ref.
Did the ref take a dive?
No. I know, like,
did he stop it with his foot?
It it literally at worst might have grazed his foot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ejected. he got ejected, and he couldn't believe it. He's just going.
He didn't push him or anything.
No, I was rolling it back. Maybe it was aggressive, but it's not like he's picked it up and thrown it at his head, or done a Jackie Moon and said, "Fuck you! I hope your family dies." To the ref. Shout out to Will Ferrell if you're listening. That was ridiculous. The Greek Freak got called for taunting Karl Anthony Towns after a dunk, and the taunt was dead set. This will be horrible listening, but hopefully the viewers can see it. This was the taunt.
Well, just looked at him.
Just looked at it. He made eye contact.
Yeah, like a big,
a bit of a
stare down.
A stare.
It was like, I got you, fam, in this one.
That was it. A stare, and it was a foul. It was like what is going on? We're talking about some sports, trying to protect players, and protecting players' health is one thing. Rolling a ball or staring at a person is not protecting.
That's not a taunt.
Protecting anyone. So. Yeah, that was the last little thing I had to say about the NBA this week. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, the AllStar game coming up is March 7.
Yep.
So we should have an episode before that. And then, starting to get into the juicy end of the season there.
Yep. So back on LeBron James, the only season he wasn't in the All-Stars team, I think, was his rookie season.
Jeez, that is nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And, thinking about injuries as well, like just that. Having that,
he's been super consistent.
Like never
looks after himself, of course.
Yeah, he's probably the best athlete on the planet.
Well, now he's definitely the most recognisable. Like he's the Michael Jordan of this era.
But
everyone knows about who he is.
And you want to compare against Ronaldo's and Messi's, but I'm talking about athleticism in pure
talent.
Not even talent. I'm just talking about
for what he can do at his metrics.
Exactly. For being able to jump, run, fit, strength, etc.
36 years old.
Yeah, one of the best athletes on the planet. I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate for that in the comments. But
he's got another 4 years in.
Probably the way.
Where's Coley on the list?
Different games. Where's Ravi Ashwini?
All right, does that wrap up our NBA chat for the week?
That wraps up the NBA.